Hi there, welcome to Nepi Invest. Time for a quick video today, hopefully, because I am in between 12-hour night shifts, so I don't have much time to do a video, but I did want to talk about Hansen Technologies. I did a video on this company about 6 months ago, just after they released a profit upgrade, and we saw the share price rise 20% on the back of that. I stopped following Hansen about 3 months ago for a particular reason. I'll talk about that reason in this video. However, the reason I stopped following them is no longer valid, so I started following them again. We did see the share price drop almost 10% because of the reason. That's the reason I'm not following them anymore, is no longer valid, and this company has now become a very tempting and attractive buy. So let's get stuck into this roller coaster ride that I have gone through in the last 6 months with Hansen Technologies. Last time I did a video on Hansen was just after they released one of the most positive, powerful announcements a company can issue to the market on the 9th of March. So almost 6 months to the day from when I'm doing this video on the 7th of September. Now, there was two aspects to this announcement. They did sign a significant agreement with Telefonica, and they actually put that at the front or the start of the announcement headline. But it was the increases full-year guidance that caught my attention. Those sort of announcements, profit upgrades, are the most powerful announcements a company can release to the market because it gives the market a sign that the company is performing better than management expectations, and that is actually a very powerful thing. So that is what got me interested, and I have a feeling that's what also got the market interested as well. Hansen released this profit upgrade and significant agreement at about 6 p.m. on March 9. So we had to wait about 18 hours before we saw how the market reacted to this news flow from the company. And reacted did. The share price rose 24% in the one day and then kept on rising for the next month. In fact, the share price rose from about $4.50 to $6. So that's about a 33% rise in share price because of this announcement. And that high in share price was in the middle of April. But from the middle of April, the share price high, for the next 2 months, the share price actually did struggle. And it actually drifted down from that $6 to about $5.20. And then on June 7th, they released another announcement to the market, which was not good news for non-shareholders who wanted to take a position like me. With the share price drifting down for about a 2-month period, we did see the vultures see opportunity to take advantage of the weakness in Hansen's share price. And that's exactly what BGH Capital did. They put in a bid for all the shares in Hansen at $6.50, which was a 25% premium to where the share price had closed on the 4th of June, which was $5.18. Now, the price they were going to have to pay was also more than likely going to be reduced by any dividends the company was going to issue to the shareholders. Also assumed that Hansen would achieve their financial year 21 earnings guidance, which they did release on that profit upgrade back in March. So when I did see this announcement, and as a non-shareholder who was interested in taking a position in this company, this was a disappointing bit of news flow from the company, because usually when you see this sort of takeover proposal, the share price will jump up towards the offer price of about $6.50. It won't be quite on $6.50 because of that dividend aspect. And then you more than likely will see the share price just drift sideways. And typically, when a company I own is potentially being taken over and they have this sort of proposal, I will almost always sell out immediately. Many investors love it when a company they own is subject to a takeover proposal because they get this bit of a sugar hit to the share price in the one day. And that's exactly what happened to Hansen Technologies' share price. It rose 23% on June the 7th and closed at $6.34. You'll notice that the share price closed at 16 cents lower than the bid price. And that makes sense because there needs to be a little bit of wriggle room between the bid price and the share price, because there does remain a bit of a risk moving forward that this takeover proposal fails. And that's one of the reasons I usually do sell out when there is this sort of takeover bid for a company I own. The other reason is more than likely you'll just see the share price go sideways for the longest period of time. In fact, sometimes I'll look at a chart of a company, have no idea there is a takeover bid for them, just see what is happening to the share price over the past 2 months, and just immediately know that there is a takeover bid for that company because the share price just goes sideways. That's the other reason I decide to sell out soon after this sort of announcement is made on a company I do own. There is a little bit of risk in doing that because there could be a bidding war for the company itself. So maybe another company comes in and says, no, I'm willing to pay $7 a share for Hansen Technologies. And then BGH Capital comes back and says, whoops, I'm willing to pay $7.50. Now, over time, I've come to the realization that those sort of bidding wars are quite, well, I'll say, rarer than those takeover proposals that actually fail. So I do think the risk of the share price falling from here is greater than the share price rising from here. So that's another reason why I will sell out when there is a takeover proposal for a company I own. And lo and behold, BGH Capital did withdraw their takeover proposal for Hansen Technologies for some reason or another. They have their right to do that. Hansen did do a conference call on the 7th of September. I haven't listened to it, but I have heard that even Hansen don't know why BGH Capital did withdraw their proposal, because Hansen did achieve their financial year 21 guidance. So there was nothing untoward there, but there might be just one simple reason that BGH Capital decided they didn't want to acquire Hansen Technologies. As BGH Capital closes their door on Hansen Technologies, numerous other doors opens up for investors like me who now see opportunity to buy into a quality company like Hansen, and particularly because the share price did fall by over 10% on September the 6th. In fact, the share price closed at $5.60. I decided to take a position in Hansen Technologies because of this drop in share price and because their 4-year or financial year 21 results were stellar, and because they have given guidance in regards to revenue for the next 4 to 5 years. So revenue in financial 21 was just above $300 million, and their expectations or their guidance for 4 or 5 years, I forget exactly what year it was $500 million of revenue. And if they can achieve that guidance or those expectations, the value of this company right now is really attractive. And there's no reason they can't achieve that guidance, because in the next slide, I'll show you the history of their revenue and operating cash flow over the past, I think it's about 7 or 8 years. And we see a consistent growth in revenue through that time. So this company is growing, and there's no reason to suspect right now that that growth won't continue. I do consider Hansen Technologies a high quality growing company, and the valuation is not stretched at all. And that's why I've taken a position in Hansen Technologies on the back of BGH Capital withdrawing their takeover proposal. As we turn our attention to the half-yearly revenue and operating cash flow for Hansen, we see something here, exactly what we want to see as a potential investor or as an investor in a company. Revenue are growing through time. Operating cash flow is growing through time at an almost consistent pace. We do see the odd half year where revenue does fall, but then it goes back to its growth profile in the next half year. This is a growing company, and the fact that the management is confident enough to give us revenue projections in 4 to 5 years of 500 million means they must be confident that this growth in the company will continue through that period. And that's another reason I've decided to take a position in this company, because I have confidence that this company will keep on growing for the next 5 years at least. That is all I have for this video on Hansen Technologies. If you were hoping for an expose on the boy group Hansen from the late 1990s, who sang that song, Bop, this was not the video for you, but hopefully you might have learned something about this wonderful company on the ASX. If you do have any questions about this company or any other company, leave it in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.